Hi, I'm Denise Dever from the Sandwich Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to the Sandwich Member Spotlight. I'm here today with Reverend Tina Walker Morin from the First Church in Sandwich.
So I'm Reverend Tina Walker Morin, the senior minister here at First Church Sandwich. And I went through a lot of different career jobs throughout my life before I came into ministry. I was in personal training, I was in athletic marketing and administration, nonprofit marketing. And then finally, when I landed in the personal training, I had my own studio and I was doing the work and it felt good. I was helping people, I made them feel good. It was about feeling good physically as well as emotionally, not about weight loss or bulking up. And one day I went to my own minister and I said, you know, this is great, but I feel like something's missing. And that's when she said to me, that's because I think you're called to ministry. So I started studying with her, looking into it, then went to seminary and eventually got my first call at Weymouth at Pilgrim Congregational Church up there, where I was a part-time minister. And then I also did part-time chaplaincy with Chaplains on the Way in Waltham, which is an outdoor ministry for people experiencing homelessness and poverty. So before coming to Sandwich, I was doing those two jobs at the same time. And I really loved just seeing people and being with people. And while there, my wife and I bought a little house here in Sandwich, and we'd spend some time down here in the Cape. And I remember one day driving by the church and saying, you know, if that church ever becomes open, I'm going to apply. Lo and behold, a couple years ago, that's what happened, and here I am. So we like to say we are caring people sharing God's love. And I see that in three areas, both within the church. So one of the goals is continuing to connect with each other and really show that we do care for one another. For example, we had a couple of elders become sick and unable to take themselves to doctor's appointments for whether it was a knee replacement or another disease. And people in the church who didn't even know them because we're such a large congregation just signed up and volunteered to take these seniors to their appointments and to bring them meals and be with them. Then we also want to share that love, God's love, out in the community in Sandwich. And we do that through many avenues. And one way I like to do it is to be at Beth's Bakery every Thursday morning for community coffee hours. And just be there, get to know the regulars, sit and chat, have a good time, get to know people, and just be available to the wider community. I also will post it every week on Facebook, and I say, hey, if you can't join me, send me your prayer request. And I've had people who I don't even know who they are shoot me a message and say, hey, can you pray for so-and-so or such and such? And it's been a great way to really be a part of the community. And then the third part, so we have our caring people, sharing God's love within the church, then the Sandwich community, and then we like to do it also in the wider world. And that's through mission work and sending resources and just praying for our nation and for the world in general. There is so much that goes on here at the church. We have weekly gatherings, of course, for worship on Sunday mornings at 9 and 11. The 9 o'clock is a little more contemporary worship with a praise band and children, family services, Sunday school, and then 11 o'clock is our traditional service with the pipe organ, choir, and it's just geared towards people who like that more traditional setting. We have a monthly book group that meets and has a new book every month that they like to discuss, and a Romeo's group, which is the retired old men eating out. So they meet monthly, and we'll just go to a restaurant and have dinner together or lunch and have different discussions. We also do Faith on Tap every month, which is a great way to get outside the church, be in the community. We meet over at the BBC the first Wednesday of the month at 7 for drinks, food, and then we'll just have a different discussion topic on spirituality, and people come and bring questions, ideas, thoughts, and we just see where the Spirit leads us in our discussion there. We also do a lot of outreach, and whether it's working with people who are experiencing homelessness or the veterans, we try to reach out within the community in different ways. And we have to mention, of course, the church fair, which is a big Sandwich event every November where it's open to the whole community. We get over 1,000 people every year coming through. It's a big fundraiser for the church and a great way that the community comes together. Yes, we have great volunteers who coordinate everything at the church, whether it's coordinating Sunday worship, coordinating our outreach, coordinating our children and family activities, or our retirees. We have volunteers that go with me every month over to Cape Heritage Nursing Home, and we do a worship service for the people who are there each month. And it's a time that they really look forward to because it's the only Protestant worship service they receive. So that's a great way that volunteers can get involved and do work here. Also, through our children, every month the kids go to Cape Kids Meals over at the Upper Cape Tech, and they pack meals for Cape Kids Meals so that families that are food insecure can have meals during the week and on the weekends. So that's our little itty bitty kids who go and do that. So we try to have service opportunities from the young all the way to the old, so that way everyone can feel involved and have opportunities to really do the work of the church. Facebook and the website are two of our best avenues for spreading the word. On Facebook, every Sunday I preach and I have Facebook Live sermons. So I set up my phone right up on the pulpit and hit play, and people can watch the sermon every week live on Facebook. And we also create events there and just advertise what's going on within the church, as well as our website, which we maintain daily on new events. And then just the publications that are in Sandwich, whether it's the Chamber seasonal guide, we put our upcoming worship services and activities in that, and any other advertising through that means. We have a great ministry team, and I have a Christian ed director, Reagan Wilda, who works with the youth, and she does awesome stuff with our kids. The teenagers do varying activities like outreach in Hyannis for people experiencing homelessness, as well as the Big Fix. They'll join in with the adults and do that in Barnstable every fall. And she also is the one who coordinates the junior choir, which has been a blast for our kiddos to sing in. They meet weekly to sing, and then we'll sing at worship services about once a month. And then we also have a wonderful music director and accompanists, Roy Gernhardt and Kathy Gernhardt. And they are so talented. For the 9 o'clock, they are able to do the praise band music and the contemporary music, new songs, bring in that liveliness to worship, as well as at the 11 o'clock transition over to doing the pipe organ and then more traditional hymns that we all grew up with. So they can span both genres of music and bring that ministry to people, that music really just moves the soul and brings a lot of people to church. One of our main goals, as I mentioned, is to really reach out into the community and be a part of the community of Sandwich. I like to think of us as being a beacon of hope and healing. And to do that, we have to be a part of the community. And what better way than through the Chamber of Commerce, where all the local businesses and organizations can come together. And then we also feel it's important to support our community and support the local businesses. So it's valuable for us to show that support to the community by being a part of the Chamber. To say, we're here with you and we want to support you and see you do well.
So thank you to Reverend Tina for a great opportunity to listen about what's going on at First Church in Sandwich. If you would like to be on our Spotlight show, please give the Chamber a call or send an email to info@sandwichchamber.com. You too can be a member Spotlight. Thanks.